My name is Nur Intan Shamimi binti Muhammad Zamri from MBA 11140.
My name is Elia Kairani from class MBA 11140.
My name is Nurul Haribasira from BA 11140.
My name is Robalkis binti Abdullah. I'm from MBA 11140.
My name is Irina Najwa binti Norazli from MBA 11140.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Hamizah binti Muhammad Rizan from MBA 1140.
The first question is to draw the appropriate bird diagram. First of all, we must look at the table given by the question. In the table, there are tasks, predecessors, and time given. To draw bird diagram, we must always start at number 1. The node number 1 basically must start with no predecessor. As we can see in the table, A and B got no predecessor, so A and B must start at node number 1. So A, the duration time is 2, and B, the duration time is 5. Next is C. C, the predecessor is from task A. To start new task, we must end or complete the previous node first. So because C is from A, so we must end A first at node number 2. And then we start with task C, duration time 4. Next is D. If you see in the table, D and E start from the same predecessor, which is B. So what we should do is, we look at the B first and we found it available, so we end B at the node number 3. And then we start D and E at the same time, like this. D duration time is 8 and E the duration time is 7. Next is F. F is from C and D. So C and D are also available, so we end C and D at node number 4 and start with F duration time 3. Next is G. G is from E. As we can see, E is also available, so we end E at node number 5 and start with G duration time 8. Next is H. H is from F. So F is also available, so we end F with node number 6 and start with H duration time 5. And the last one is I. I is from F and G. As we can see, F is already complete. So we must use dummy to restart or reuse the ended activity. In this situation, we must add dummy because we want to reuse the F again. Here, G is available, so we end G at node number 7 first. And then we insert dummy 1, duration time 0. So now F and G are end at node number 7. And then we start with I, duration time 7. And the last one, we must complete the diagram. So what we should do is to end H and I at node number 8.
So, question B, calculate the earliest start time for each event, or known as EET. So, the first step is we just have to draw back the same PERT diagram as question A. So, how to calculate EET? EET is calculated by the previous EET, that link, plus with the duration time. And if there is 2 links, the highest one will be the EET. So for the first one, EET must always be 0 because there is no previous link that connected. And EET for number 2 is 2. How can we get 2? This is by adding the previous EET, which is 0, plus the duration time for task A, which is 2. Same goes to the third one. The previous EET is 0, plus with the duration time for task B, we get 5. For number 4, there is 2 links that connected. So we have to choose the highest one, which is 8 plus 5, we get 13. For number 5, we get 12 by adding the previous EET, which is 5, with the duration time for task E, 7. We get 12. Moving on to number 6, we get 16 by adding the previous EET, 13, with the duration time for task F, 3. Next, for number 7, we get 20 by adding the previous EET, 12, with the duration time for task G, 8. And lastly, for number 8, there are 2 links connected. We get 27 by adding the previous EET, 20, with the duration time of task I, 7. We get 27. So, that's all for EET calculation.
Next, we will calculate the latest start time for each event or known as LET. The first step to calculate LET is we just need to use the previous diagram that we have been calculate the EET. Based on the previous diagram, the latest node is 8 and the number of the activity is 27. So, the LET of the node number 8 is 27 as the LET is started from the last node of EET. Next, we will be calculate the LET of the nodes of number 7. As we can see, after the node of number 7, we have activity I and the duration time is 7. Activity I is linked between the nodes of number 8 and 7. So, 27 will be minus 7 and it will get 20. So, the LET for the node of the number 7 is 20. Next, we will continue on the node number 6. Before we are going to the node of number 6, we can see there was a dummy. If we are found the dummy, we should just ignore. So, the LET for node number 6 will remain as 20. Then, to find the LET on the node of number 4, as we can see that the activity after node the number of 4 is activity F with the duration time 3. So, 20 will be minus with the number of 3. Then, we can get 17 for the LET in the nodes of number 4. Next, we are going to calculate the nodes of the number LET5. As we can see, the previous number of EET is 20 and the number of duration time is 8 with activity of G. So, it means the previous EET, which is 20, will be minus with the duration time of G, which is 8. And we will get 12 for the nodes for the LET of the nodes number 5. To calculate the number of LET in the nodes of 2, as we can see, the activity C with the duration time of 4 is linked with the node of 4. So it means the LET of the nodes of number 4 will be minus with the duration time of C, which means 70 will be minus with the duration time, which is 4. Then we will get 13 for the LET in the node of number 2. To calculate the LET of the node of number 3 is, as we can see, activity E with the duration time of 7 is linked with the nodes of 5. So means that the LET of the nodes of 5, which is 12, will be minus with 7, and we will get the 5 for the LET in the nodes of 3.
Next, for C, I will show you how to calculate the project completion time. Firstly, you need to refer to the EET and LET at ending node, which is node number 8, that are equal to 27. Hence, this is how to determine the project completion time. So, for this project completion time, it is equal to 27 weeks. For D, to identify the critical path and critical activities of the project are, firstly, you must look at the diagram and refer to the nodes that are equal to EET and LET. As you can see, from number 1 to number 3 to number 5 to number 7 and to number 8 is equal. Hence, for critical path is 1, 3, 5, 7 and 8. However, for critical activities, you can focus on activities that are involved in the network. Hence, the critical activities is B, E, G, and I. So, that's how to identify the critical path and critical activities of the project.
Let's move on to question E. Calculate the total float and the free float for activity D. We can refer activity D in point diagram. D is between node number 3 and node number 4. And we will transfer all the information here as our reference. This is EET and LET at node number 3, which is EET 5 and LET 5. This is EET and LET at node number 4, which is EET 13 and LET 17. And the duration time for the activity D is 8. EET and LET at the right side, we call it as EET head and LET head, which means that EET head 13 and LET head 17. While EET and LET at the left side, we call it as EET and LET tail, which means that EET tail 5 and LET tail 5. It is important to determine which one is EET and LET tail and which one is EET and LET head, because all the information will be used in float formulas. Now, let's calculate the total float D. The formula is LET head minus EET tail minus duration. LET head 17 minus EET tail 5 minus with duration 8 equal to 4 weeks. Secondly, we have to calculate the free float, which is the formula is EET head minus EET tail minus duration. EET head 13 minus EET tail 5 minus the duration 8 equal to 0. For independent float D, the formula is EET head minus LET tail minus the duration EET head 13 minus LET tail 5 minus the duration 8 equal to 0. And that's all for question E.
The last question is calculate the project completion time if activity F is delayed by 5 weeks. In this question, activity F is moved from node 4 to node 6 with the duration time 3. The EET and LET for activity F is 1317 for tail and 1620 for head. In order to know the new project completion time, we need to know the total float of activity F first. The formula of total float is LET head minus EET tail minus duration. LETH is 20, EET tail is 13, and the duration is 3. Therefore, 20 minus 13 minus 3, we will get 4 weeks. The total float for activity F is 4 weeks. Then, we will find the amount of time delayed. The formula that we will use is delayed time minus total float. The delayed time is 5 weeks and the total float is 4 weeks. Therefore, the amount of time delayed is 1 week. Next, we will calculate the new project completion time. We will use the formula project completion time plus amounted time delayed. The project completion time is 27 weeks and the amounted time delayed is 1 week. Therefore, the new project completion time is 28 weeks. The project completion time had been stated in PERT diagram in note 8 at question A. Hence, if the activity is delayed by 5 weeks, the overall project completion time would be 28 weeks. That's all for question December 2019. Thank you.